Hi, so in this tutorial we're going to learn how to make this vintage crochet bralette. So I will be using a 4-ply acrylic yarn and a 2.5mm hook. And to start, I'll be creating a slip knot. Now I'm going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to create a ring by placing a slip stitch in the very first chain that we made. So you create a slip stitch by putting your crochet hook through the stitch, grabbing your yarn and pulling it all the way through. So now we have a ring and we are going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to be placing a double crochet in the center of this ring that we just created. So to place a double crochet, we're going to wrap the yarn around our hook, put our crochet hook through the center of the ring, grab the yarn, pull it through, and we're going to pull it through the first 2, pull it through the last 2. And that is a double crochet. And we're going to be placing one more double crochet in that same spot in the center of the ring. Now we're going to chain 2, and we're going to place 2 more double crochet in that center of the ring. So 1, 2, we're going to chain 2 and place 2 more double crochet in the center of the ring. Now we're going to chain 2 and place 2 more double crochet in the center of the ring. Now we're going to chain 2 again. And lastly, we're going to place 1 double crochet in the center of the ring. So to finish this round, we are going to slip stitch in the 3rd chain from that very first 5 chain that we created. So 1, 2, 3. Place a slip stitch in the 3rd chain. And pull it tight. Now we have finished our row. So I'm going to pull my loose strand tight to close up the center hole. And to start the 2nd row, I will be chaining 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to be placing 2 double crochet in this chain 2 space next to our work. One, 2, and I will be placing 1 double crochet in each of these next 2 chains. So 1 and 2. Now I'm going to place 2 double crochet in this chain 2 space. I'm going to chain 2 and place 2 more double crochets in the same chain 2 space. And this is going to start creating a shape. Now I'm going to place a double crochet in the next 2 chains. So 1 and 2. And I'm going to place 2 double crochets in the chain 2 space that is next. I will chain 2 and place 2 more double crochets in that same chain 2 space. And I'm going to continue to do this. I'm going to place 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 chains, place 2 double crochets, a chain 2, 2 double crochets in the chain 2 space. Then I'm going to place 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 chains, 2 double crochets, a chain 2, and 2 double crochets in the next chain 2 space, and I will be back right after that. So I just finished working into the last chain 2 space, and I am almost at the end of the row. Now I'm going to place 2 double crochets, 1 in each of the next 2 chains. So 1, 2 in the next chain, and I'm going to place 1 more double crochet right next to where this chain 5 ends. So it's going to be kind of below it. Just place your hook where it can fit below it. And I will be slip stitching in the 3rd chain of the chain 5 that we created. So 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to chain 5 to start this row, and I'm going to be placing 1 double crochet in this chain 2 space. And I'm going to be placing 1 double crochet in every chain until I reach this next chain 2 space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I have reached this chain 2 space, and I'm going to be placing 1 double crochet in it, chain 2, 1, 2, and place 1 more double crochet in that chain 2 space. And this will be the pattern for this whole row. I'm going to be placing 1 double crochet in every chain. When I get to the chain 2 space, I'll place 1 double crochet, chain 2, and another double crochet in that same space. So I just finished placing a double crochet in every chain and placing my double crochet, chain 2, and double crochet in that spacer in every corner. Now I just need to complete placing my double crochets down this side and slip stitching to the end. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 'and our last double crochet goes underneath this chain 5 space in that area. To finish this row, I will place a slip stitch in the 3rd chain from that chain 5 that we made. So the 3rd chain is 1, 2, 3. place a slip stitch, and we're ready to start our new row. Now we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to place 1 double crochet in this chain 2 space. And I'm going to be placing 1 double crochet in every chain, going all the way down until I reach this chain 2 space. 1, 2, 3. I just placed my last double crochet in the last chain, and I've reached this chain 2 space, so I'm going to place 1 double crochet in it, chain 2, and place 1 more double crochet in it. Now I'm going to continue placing 1 double crochet in every chain until I reach the corners, where I will add 1 double crochet, a chain 2 spot, 1 more double crochet, and then continue placing 1 double crochet in each chain. And I'll be back once I get right before the end of the row. So I just finished going all the way around, and now I am going to be placing double crochets until I reach the end. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I just placed that 8th double crochet right under where that chain 5 goes, and I'm going to slip stitch into the 3rd chain. To start the next row, we are going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we are going to be placing 1 double crochet in this chain 2 space. 1, and then we're going to be placing 1 double crochet in every chain going along. It's the same pattern that we have been doing before, and I'm going to continue working on it until I reach this corner. So I'm going to go all the way down around here, placing 1 double crochet, a chain 2, and 1 double crochet in every corner spot. So I just worked all the way down, and I have reached this last chain 2 space before I get to my initial chain 5. So in the chain 2 space, I'm going to put 1 double crochet, chain 2, and place 1 more double crochet in that chain 2 space. And now I am going to simply place 1 double crochet in every chain until I reach the end of this row. So I have 1 more chain that I need to put a double crochet in, and then I need to place 1 more double crochet underneath this chain 5 spot. And I'm going to be placing it like right there. And to finish the row, I will slip stitch into the 3rd chain. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to complete another row doing the same pattern. So I'm going to start off by chaining 5. placing 1 double crochet in the next chain 2 space, and I'm going to be placing 1 double crochet in every chain, going all the way down until I reach that chain 2 space. Now I've reached my chain 2 space, so I'm going to place 1 double crochet in it, chain 2, and place another double crochet in it. And I'm just going to continue this pattern, going all the way down, placing 1 double crochet in each chain, and then when I get to this chain 2 space, I'm going to place 1 double crochet, chain 2, and another double crochet in that same spot. So I'll be back once I reach this chain 5 from the beginning of the round. So now I just have 1 more double crochet to complete for this whole row. I went all the way around, and I'll place my last double crochet underneath this chain 5 space. And I'll slip stitch in the 3rd chain from this 5 chain at the beginning of the row. So this is how big I want my cup size to be. If you need yours bigger, just continue the same pattern that we've been doing this whole time. And now you just have to finish making another cup, and I will show you how to put them together and finish this top. So now we should have 2 equal cut pieces, and we're going to start working on the piece that goes in the middle to attach them. So to start off, we are going to create a slip stitch. And I am going to chain 14. And if you made a bigger cut piece, then you would chain 16, but since there's only 14 double crochet right here, that's how many I'm going to chain for mine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So now that I have chained 14, I am going to block off the second to last chain that I just made. I'm going to chain 2. And I'm going to prepare for a double crochet, and I'm going to place my double crochet in that chain that we blocked off, which is going to be the 4th chain from the hook. And now I'm going to place 1 double crochet in every chain until I reach the end. I finished placing 1 double crochet in every chain, and I've reached the end. Now to start the new row, I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. I am going to turn my work around and place a double crochet in the next stitch. Now I am going to chain 1, skip the next chain, and place a double crochet in the following chain. Now I'm going to place a double crochet in the next chain, chain 1, skip the next chain, and place a double crochet in the following, and 1 more double crochet in the next chain. Now I'm going to chain 1 and place a double crochet after skipping 1 chain, so skip that and place it in the next. Now I'm going to place one more double crochet in the following chain, chain 1, and I'm going to place my last 2 double crochet after skipping 1 chain. So 1 in here, and my very last double crochet is going to go in that chain 3 space at the very top. Now I'm done with this row, so I'm going to start the next by chaining 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to place 1 double crochet in every chain and chain 1 space on this row. So the next double crochet will go in that second chain from the hook right there, and now my next double crochet will go in this chain 1 space, and I'm going to continue placing a double crochet in every chain. I just placed my last double crochet in this chain 3, and now I'm going to start the new row by chaining 3, 1, 2, 3, and I am going to place a double crochet in the next chain, chain 1, skip the next double crochet chain and place it in the following, place another double crochet in the next chain, chain 1, skip the next chain and place your double crochet in the following, place 1 more double crochet in the following chain, chain 1, skip, place your double crochet, place another double crochet in the following, chain 1, skip, and place your last double crochets in the last 2 chains. So that's 1, and I'm going to place my last double crochet at the top of this chain 3. To start the next row, I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to flip my work around and work a double crochet in the next chain. Now I'm going to place a double crochet in this chain 1 space and continue placing 1 double crochet in every chain and chain 1 space until I reach the end of this row. So I just placed my last double crochet in this chain 3 space and I finished the row, and this is as long as I want my middle piece to be, so I'm just going to chain 1, tie it tight, and snip it. Now I'm going to start working on the back piece, and I am going to start off by taking one of my cups and on the front side place my crochet hook through one of these corner chains near that chain 2 space. I'm going to take my yarn, pull it through, and tie a knot. So now I'm going to take my crochet hook, place it through that same spot where I tied the knot, and I am going to pull my yarn through and chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to place a double crochet in the next chain. And I'm going to place a double crochet in every chain until I reach the end right here. So I'm going to place my last double crochet now. And to start the new row, I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. And I am going to be decreasing on this row. So to decrease, I'm going to prepare for a double crochet, place it in the next stitch, and go through the first 2. And instead of completing it, we're going to prepare for a double crochet and place our crochet hook through the next chain, pull it through the first 2 loops, and now I should have 3 loops on my hook. Now I'm going to pull it through all 3, and I'm going to continue placing 1 double crochet in every chain. So I've placed a double crochet in every chain, and now I've reached the last 2 chains, and I'm going to place another decrease right here. So I'm going to prepare for a double crochet, go through the second to last chain, go through the first 2 loops, and prepare for a double crochet and go through the very top of that chain 3. I'm going to go through the first 2 loops, and now I'm going to go through all 3 loops. So to start my new row, I'm going to chain 3, flip my work around, and I'm going to be placing 1 decrease right here as well. So I'm going to prepare for a double crochet, go through the next chain, and since we just decreased this will still count as our double crochet, so we're actually going to be going into the next chain. So this kind of looks like a triangle. We're going to skip that and go into the next chain with a double crochet. I'm going to pull through the first 2 loops, and now I'm going to prepare for a double crochet and go through the next chain, pull through the first 2 loops, and now I'm going to go through all 3. And now I'm going to continue placing 1 regular double crochet in every chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 will be my last one, going through the top of this chain 3. For this next row, I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to flip my work around, and I'm going to be placing 1 double crochet in every chain until the end. That's where we're going to place 1 decrease. So I'm going to prepare for a double crochet, go on the next chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so now I have reached my last 2 chains of the row, so I'm going to place a decrease right here. So to do that, I'm going to wrap my yarn around my hook, go through the chain, pull through the first 2 loops, prepare for a double crochet, go through the top of this chain 3 space, pull through the first 2 loops, and now I'm going to pull through all 3. For this next row, I'm going to chain 3, flip my work around, and I'm going to place a decrease. So I'm going to prepare for a double crochet and go through the next chain after this triangle shape. And I'm going to pull through the first 2 loops. Now I'm going to prepare for a double crochet, go through the next chain, pull through the first 2 loops, and now I'm going to complete it by going through all 3. And now I'm just going to place 1 double crochet in every chain until I complete this row. To start this row, I'm going to chain 3, flip my work around, and I'm going to be placing 1 double crochet in every chain. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When I reach my decrease, I'm going to be placing my 7th double crochet through the top of that chain. And now I'm going to place my last double crochet at the top of this chain 3 space. Now I'm going to chain 3, flip my work around, and work 1 double crochet in every chain for the remainder of this row. And I'm going to keep increasing my strap like this until I have it to the desired length. So you want to put it up to yourself and measure it so it can go all the way around you. And keep in mind, we're going to be putting a button at the very end to hold this on us, so you want it to be that long. And when I come back, I'll let you know how many rows I had to do for mine. So I went ahead and crocheted 16 more rows, and this will fit a bra size of 32 or 34. So if you need to make more, just make, by placing it on your body, it should reach the very middle of your back where your spine is. So that's how long your strap should be. Now I'm just going to tie this off. And now I'm ready to start doing the same thing to the new cup. Now I'm going to get my crochet hook and place it through a chain at the corner by the chain 2 space. And I'm going to pull my yarn through and tie a double knot. Now I'm going to put my crochet hook through that space where I tied the knot, and I'm going to pull my yarn through and chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to be placing 1 double crochet in every chain up until I reach this last chain where this chain 2 space is. So I finished placing 1 double crochet in every stitch along this row, so I'm going to chain 3 to start the new row, flip my work around, and I will be placing one decrease in the beginning of the row and one decrease at the end. So I'm going to wrap my yarn around my hook, go through this next chain, pull through the first 2 loops, wrap my yarn around my hook, go through the next chain, pull through the first 2 loops, and then pull all through the next 3. Now I'm just going to be placing 1 double crochet in every chain until I reach the last 2 stitches. So now I'm on my last 2 chains. I have this double crochet in this chain 3 space. So I'm going to prepare for a double crochet, go through the second to last stitch, pull my yarn through, and I'm going to pull my yarn through the first 2 loops, prepare for a double crochet, and go through this top of the chain 3 space. I'm going to pull my yarn through the first 2 loops and then pull it all the way through those last 3. To start the next row, I'm going to chain 3, flip my work around, and work a double crochet in every chain until I reach the last 2 chains or stitches. After placing 1 double crochet in every single stitch, I am going to start the new row by chaining 3, flipping my work around, and I'm going to place 1 double crochet in every stitch until I reach the very last 2 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I'm at the last 2 stitches and I'm going to prepare for a double crochet, go through the second to last stitch. Now I'm going to pull through the first 2 loops, prepare for a double crochet, go through the top of that chain 3, pull through the first 2 loops. Now I have 3 loops, I'm going to pull through all. Now I'm going to chain 3, and now I'm just going to place 1 regular double crochet in every stitch for this row. So 1, 2, so I just finished placing 1 double crochet in every stitch until the end of this row, and I'm going to continue doing this for 16 more rows, and I'll be back to show you how to make the buttonholes after that. So I finished adding all of the rows that I needed, simply placing 1 double crochet in every stitch, and now I'm ready to make the buttonholes. And if you don't have any buttons, that's okay. You can just put your pieces together by attaching it with slip stitches. So just place a slip stitch going along every chain. But for me, I'm going to add a buttonhole. So to start, I'm going to chain 3. I'm going to flip my work around, place a double crochet in the second stitch from the hook, and now I'm going to chain one, skip the next stitch and place my double crochet in the following. Now I'm going to place one double crochet in every stitch until I reach the third to last one. So I've reached the third to last stitch. Now I'm going to chain one, skip that stitch, go into the second to last stitch with a double crochet, and I'll place my last double crochet in this top of the chain 3 space. Now I'm done with this row, and I'm just going to chain one to close this off and snip it. Now that I've finished my back straps, I'm going to start working on the top straps. So I'm going to take my crochet hook and place it at the top of this angle, and I'm going to place my hook in the second chain away from this chain 2 space. So that's where I'm going to tie my double knot. Now to start this row, I'm going to place my crochet hook through that space where I made the knot. I'm going to pull the yarn through and chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to work one double crochet into the next stitch. And I'm going to also work one double crochet in this chain 2 space. Next, I'm going to place one double crochet in the next stitch. And now I'm going to place my last double crochet in the next stitch. Now that I've completed this row, I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Flip my work around, and I'm going to place one double crochet in every stitch for this row, and I'm going to continue to do that until my strap is as long as I need it to be. So my next double crochet will go in here. And when I get to the end of this row, I want to make sure that I don't skip this chain 3 space. So I'm going to place my double crochet at the top of it. And at the end of each row, we should have 5 double crochets. And that includes this initial chain 3 space. So to start my edging, I'm going to grab the front of my piece and take one of the straps. I'm just going to start right here. I'm going to place my crochet hook through the top of that chain 3 and grab my yarn, tie a double knot, and I'll be able to start the edging then. So now that I've tied a double knot, I placed my crochet hook through the same space where that knot was tied, and I'm going to pull the yarn through. Now I'm going to chain 1 and chain 1 more. Now I'm going to place my first single crochet in the double crochet stitch right after this initial chain 3. And I'm going to continue placing one single crochet in every stitch and chain space. So for this next chain space, I'm going to place one single crochet. Now I'm on the last stitch of the row, and I'm going to place my last single crochet. Now I'm going to chain 2 and place another single crochet in that same space. So I just finished placing single crochets all the way along my work, and I have reached the end where I first attached my yarn, and I am going to place my last 2 single crochets in this chain 2 space. And now I am going to place one more single crochet in this corner space. I will chain 2 and place a slip stitch in the first chain that I see. Now I have one more row of trimming and I'm done, but if you like this simple look, you can just tie off your work right here. To start, I'm going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to skip 1 stitch and place a single crochet through the following. Now I'm going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip 1 stitch and place it through the following with a single crochet. And I'm just going to continue to do this all the way around this whole top. So chain 4, skip 1 stitch and place it through the following. Even when I reach my corners, I'm going to still chain 4, skip 1 stitch and place it through the following. So I just completed working these ruffles all the way along this row where I just stopped filming. I came all the way up to the strap, and this is the top strap at the top of our cup, and when we're at the very top, we're not going to continue to do ruffles right here because this is where we're going to attach it. So right here we're just going to be placing slip stitches in every stitch along until we reach this side. So and it doesn't have to be perfect right here because, like I said, we're going to sew this in. So I finished placing slip stitches along this side, and I'm going to continue to place ruffles going all the way along my edging. And this includes the top of the cups, and then once I go to the top of my other strap, I'm going to place slip stitches and then continue this ruffle pattern all the way down. So I finished placing this pattern all the way around my top, and I'm at the very end where I started, so I'm going to place this chain 4 after skipping a stitch with a single crochet. And now I have my last chain 4 to do. I'm going to skip a chain and I'm just going to place this one right here where this one comes out of, because it's kind of hard to see the chains at this point. So now we can chain 1, pull it tight, and we finished. So I picked out 2 buttons that fit through this buttonhole that we made earlier. And I went ahead and grabbed a needle and thread. I put my thread through the needle hole and now I'm just going to secure it with a knot. So to start off, I am going to place my work down, and right now the back side is facing up, and I'm going to place the 2 straps over each other so I can see where the buttons should be. And now where the buttonholes are, I'm going to put that side on the top, line it up, and I'm going to take my needle and press it through the back so it's coming out of the center of the buttonhole and leave it there. And that's where I'm going to put my button. So I'm just going to take my button, place it through the needle, and begin working it in. So I'm going to place my needle back through another hole. So in order to secure this, I'm going to flip it around and tie the 2 strings into a knot now. Okay, and I'm going to continue working this button in by pushing my needle through that hole and then pulling it through the other one across. And I'm just gonna keep doing this until I feel like my button is secure enough. Once I'm all finished, I'm ready to tie this off, and to do so, I'm going to place my needle through, create a loop, and bring my needle back through that loop we just created to make a knot. Now, just to be safe, I'm going to double knot these 2 strings together. Now I will cut this and work my other button in just the same way. So next I'm going to attach these top straps, and then we're going to be completely done and ready to wear our top. So to do so, I'm going to flip my work inside out, turn it towards the back, and I am going to line up the straps so that they're straight, and make sure that it is closed on the very center so we can line it up carefully. And wherever it ends up, mine is right here, I'm going to place my crochet hook through the center loop to make it easy to grab, and I'm going to place my crochet hook all the way through to this first chain after the loop. I'm going to be working slip stitches in right here. Now I'm going to take my yarn, pull it through, and tie a knot. So I'm going to take these ruffles on the opposite side and tuck them in under and put these pieces flat together, and I'm going to start working my slip stitches only in this chain, not in the ruffles. So I'm going to place my crochet hook through the same space where I tied the knot. And I'm going to pull my yarn through and begin the slip stitches. So for the slip stitches, I'm going to begin working in the first stitch that I find near my chain, and I'm going to bring it all the way through to the opposite side, pull my yarn and pull it all the way through. And now I'm going to continue doing this until I reach the end of the strap. And my last slip stitch will go in this chain 4 space. I'm just going to push it through and go on the opposite side with a slip stitch. Now that I've attached my strap, I'm just going to chain 1, pull it tight, and snip it. So now make sure to do the same thing to your other strap, and then we're all done. So I just tried this on, and needless to say, I'm obsessed with it. It really kind of turns into a push-up crochet top, which I have never experienced before, so I really love the way it came out. And now I'm just going to sew in all of my ends, and it's going to be ready to rock. So normally I would use a needle, like a thread needle, but I can't find mine right now, so I'm just going to use my crochet hook. So to do this, I'm going to take my crochet hook and pull loose strands through. Careful not to create any snags in my work. So that's it. Our top is done. If you love it, please subscribe to my channel and comment and like below.
Okay.